Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Hello and welcome to Brett's Picks. It's week 9. We're getting ready to go into spring break, but we got this show to give you before next time. This is Brett Whitehead. How you doing?
Good.
I'm Gwen Schroyer, and you're watching what we like to call college basketball pick'ems, or Brett's Picks. We're going to call it Brett's Picks. Brett's Picks, right?
Yeah.
18 years of Brett's Picks. All right, let's look at our pick'em list. These are the pickers. Look at that. Greg Whitehead eking up into first position there.
Tied with you.
Yep, tied with me. Mr. Garrett, Coach Dills, Mr. Langdon, Gary Ownby moving up to 6. Brett moving down to 7. Coach German, Brandon Walker doing really well, and Coach Thompson. There's a look at your numbers.
And Drew German too.
And Drew German.
I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget him.
Don't forget him. He does well. Here's our first game, Brett. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, on Saturday, March the 8th, St. John's, who's now at number 6, playing at
Marquette.
number 20. This is a noontime game on Fox. Who do you have, Brett?
I have Marquette.
Marquette for the win. All right, next game we have number 19, Kentucky. Can't get into the top 10. Having a hard time. Playing at Missouri, number 15, Missouri, who's had a few upsets this year. Noon game on ESPN. Who do you have, Brett?
I have Missouri.
Missouri at home for
Yeah.
the win. That's a sure bet. Okay, next game.
That will be an upset.
So here we go. Vanderbilt playing a Georgia team that I don't know. Either one of these teams are up and down. This is a noontime game on ESPNU. Who do you have in this one, Brett?
I have Georgia.
Georgia, the Dogs, the Bulldogs for the win. All right, next game. This is a very important game. Looking at Alabama. Look, Alabama just lost to Tennessee recently, number 7, playing at number 1 Auburn. Now this is a 2:30 game on ESPN. Who do you have in this big match?
I have Auburn.
I thought you might.
Bruce Pearl.
Not so fast with a Bruce Pearl with Auburn at number 1, going to play a top in-state rivalry matchup. Okay.
With Bruce Pearl.
Bruce Pearl.
That game is at 2:30.
At 2:30. Next game we have is number 22, Texas A&M, playing at LSU. This is a 4 o'clock game on ESPN. Who do you have, Brett?
I have A&M.
A&M for the
On the road, going
on
to
the road. Yeah.
going to LSU.
That's a fairly new rivalry for them, but yeah, there we go. Okay, next game, number 24, Arizona, playing at Kansas. Kansas just not doing well this year. The Jayhawks are struggling. A 4:30 game on ESPN, but it's a home game for Kansas. Who do you have, Brett?
I have Kansas.
Kansas for the win. There you go. All right, next game we have is Ole Miss at number 5, Florida. And this is a 6 o'clock
I'm
game.
going with Florida.
Going with Florida. Okay.
Hey, speaking of Ole Miss, we just played Ole Miss last night,
did.
and they ended up getting
Ole Miss
Tennessee.
is playing pretty well.
Tennessee
So look out, Florida.
ended up winning that game.
But you got Florida.
Yeah.
Okay. Next game we have is number 3, Houston at Baylor. In-state rivalry, 10 o'clock game on ESPN. Who do you have, Brett?
I have Baylor.
Baylor for the win. The Bears. All right, next game we have is Utah against number 20.
BYU.
BYU. This is an in-state rivalry game that is for the ages, the Holy War. A 10 o'clock game on ESPNU. Who do you have, Brett?
I'm going with BYU.
BYU for the win. All right, here we go. Next game, South Carolina at number 4, Tennessee. Like you said, Tennessee just had a loss
Against Ole Miss.
against Ole Miss. This is a 2:30 game on Saturday. And this game will be on SEC Network. Who do you have, Brett?
Tennessee. It's at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, so
Yeah.
not 2:30.
No.
And this is a big one for Tennessee. Tennessee really needs to capture some wins here going into the SEC tournament next week. So go Big Orange. All right, let's talk about the polls. Here's the rankings for the men. You can see Tennessee at number 4, Auburn at number 1. And Auburn and Duke have held their own. Houston and Tennessee moved up 1 slot. Florida dropped after a quirky loss there. And St. John's moving up. Alabama moving down. Michigan State moving up and holding their own in the top 25. Texas Tech moving up. Iowa State moving down. There you go. Alabama and notably Florida, the two that hit the hardest in these two polls. Here's a look at the women's polls. Texas holding their own at the top, standing still. USC moving up, UConn moving up, UCLA dropping down out of second position to fourth. South Carolina moving up, Notre Dame moving down quite a bit, and the rest of them right there for you to look at. All right, let's talk about high school basketball. And this next page that we're looking at is the bracket for the girls. So let's go through this. This week on Monday, Cleveland beat Ottawa. And then on Wednesday, Cleveland played against Bradley, which Bradley beat East Hamilton on Monday night.
Yeah.
So Bradley beats Cleveland.
Yeah.
Score last night was 73-29, if those of you got to go to that game. That sets up another in. So Lebanon played Cookville and lost in the region championship, but they are the runner-up in that region. They're going to travel up here and play Bradley Central on Saturday. That's a 7 o'clock game right here in Jim Smitty Arena. You get to host that game as the region champ. And Cleveland, still in it, traveling to Cookville. Cookville's going to have their game, and that's going to be an 8 p.m. game. They're on Central.
They're number one. Zone. They're number one seed.
They are. They're
Cleveland is, and Cookville is number 2.
All right, I'll take that for what it's worth. I don't know. They're the region runner-up, so I don't know about seeding, but I do know.
I
beat Cookville to go on. And
right them beside each other.
The Elite Eight, as it were. All right, here's the boys. So boys matchup, Walker Valley played on Tuesday and beat East Hamilton. Bradley Central played a whopper of a game
against McMinn
County. I really enjoyed that game, and of course them winning of 87
to 83.
Which has a wonderful face-off tonight at Walker Valley. Bradley Central will go over there, and everybody needs to show up to that game. That's going to be at 7 o'clock, and you need to go there. The winner of that is going to host the game on Monday, and the loser, still in it, has to travel and play the winner of the Laverne Seagull game, which is also tonight, and that will be 7 o'clock Central Time, so 8 o'clock our time. So those of you that are following along with that, you'll note right away, Bradley's still in it, boys and girls. So let's cheer them
right here at Bradley Central Saturday.
So Saturday, Barretts are going to play.
Right here at Bradley Central.
We're hoping for a win tonight, so Bradley Central will host the game on Monday. If not, they travel. So what else you got?
Tennessee and Vanderbilt will play today at 11 o'clock.
And that's the Lady Vols.
Yeah.
So Lady Vols coming off of a
big win against A&M.
Yeah, and that first quarter, I was mad. I was watching that game like, what is going on? And that was an 11 o'clock daytime game, so yeah, I had my TV on. 77
to 37.
Yeah, but the beginning, it was not like that at all. They were losing. I mean, it was only a few points, but they were losing. And then they got unrattled and they just took off and they never looked back.
Yeah.
So they did. That was a big win. So good that you pointed that out. Vanderbilt and Tennessee. And I don't have anything else. You got anything else? I know there's a Coach Reuter today, and you need to stick around and watch that
here
today. Right here, Gary Ownby.
You can listen to the Bradley game tonight with Walker Valley on Mix 104.1.
That's right. That's going to be
with Greg Phillips and Terry Evans.
Terry Evans. So that's going to be a great game. You definitely want to go
and watch it
in person.
And watch it.
It'll be on NFHS.
Yeah.
If you want to go over to the gym
and watch it.
Valley, which do they even have a name for their gym?
Mustangs.
I mean, the Corral.
Yeah, the Corral.
I don't know. But they call their football stadium something like that too.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's called. The Stable.
The Stable.
Off camera over here.
The Stable.
It's the Stable. So go to the Stable tonight and watch this game in person. Get loud. Cheer for your Bears because this one really.
It'll be a good game.
That sub-state game is really big. You don't want to be on the road, but it is what it is. So
it'll be a good game. It will be a good game.
Good game. Good in-district rivalry. It's not just in the city and the county. It's our district rivalry.
Before we get off the set here, one of my niece Harper and Everly's coach Holly coaches for Cleveland.
Oh, okay. So don't root for Cleveland.
No, I was just pointing that out.
Yeah. He's got all these connections. It's like fingers everywhere. Even Steve Hartline was talking about him last night on the broadcast.
No, it was Stephen Shelton.
I'm sorry, Stephen Shelton. Well, you were telling
They were doing the play.
Steve.
They were doing the play-by-play on the Bradley Cleveland game.
All right. Well, that's all I have. That's all you have?
Yes.
So until next time.
We'll see you on the sideline.
Brett picks the games. Brett picks the winners. It's Brett's Pick Show, going for 18 years. Brett is the picks guru. Professor Schroyer is the host. The show comes on every Thursday. It's on Coast to Coast. Who will be the loser? Who will be the winner? It's time for Brett's Picks. Winner, chicken dinner.